Hi there, this is Vadim Michalenko, and in this quick tutorial we're going to look at the most important features of Microsoft Word. This tutorial is geared for absolute beginners, and we're going to look at the most important features of the application. So stay here with me on this channel. We'll start with the fundamentals, and as part of this tutorial we'll review editing tables, effective ways of working with the document, selecting and replacing options, the most effective ways of working with pages and files, and a lot more. So stay here. Let's start by launching Microsoft Word document. You can launch it multiple ways. The simplest way is just type Word, right, which brings up the Word application, or you can also do it through the menu. You just need to navigate in Windows and find Microsoft Word. Obviously on the Mac it's a little bit different, but we're focusing on Windows platform. Once you launched Word, you need to decide what you want to do. You can create new document or open existing documents. If you have one of the documents that you use frequently, maybe this resume sample, you can pin it. And pinning it allows you to keep it on the top, so you can always come back to this document. But for the purposes of this example, we are going to just click on the blank document and launch Microsoft Word. One thing I was going to mention is that I created an outline of this video tutorial in the description of this video. So if you'd like to jump to the specific topic that you'd like to get more coverage of, or don't want to go through the entire tutorial, you can definitely do that. Just navigate to the description, find the timestamp, which is a link, and click on that link, and you'll be able to jump there where you need to be. Now let's continue and have more fun. One quick note I'd like to make is that when you create a new document, there are tons of templates. I'm going to go back and click New again, and you can start with the tour of the Word, which is an excellent opportunity to learn about Microsoft Word. Or also you can do File, New, and there are tons of templates, resume, log, blog files, brochures, business report, cover letter. So let's just try resume and see what comes up. You can have your resume being formatted automatically by Word. You just click on Create and it brings up the resume where you just need to substitute information with your specific detail. In addition to templates that come with Word, you can also have blog post, template, brochure, business report, cover letter, thank you card, business letter, wedding checklist, and restaurant menu, just as an example. And there are tons of others online from office.com that you can download. But for the purposes of this tutorial, let's start with the brand new document, as I already mentioned. And to get to our new document, we just need to click on the Word icon in the taskbar and switch back. This is what you need to do when you have multiple Word documents opened. Find the one that you just created, which is document 5 for me. Let's start by looking at Microsoft Word interface. And Microsoft Word has a ribbon interface where you have multiple tabs, like File is one tab, Home is another tab, Insert, Design, Layout, References, Mailing, Review, View, Help, and others, where you can just navigate between the tabs and you have access to different functions. I'm going to go back to the Home tab because this is the tab that you're going to be mostly using. And within the Home tab, you have multiple groups. For example, Clipboard is one group, Font, Paragraph, and you see different functions available as icons that you can launch. If you look, we also have a dialog box launcher. For example, Microsoft wasn't able to fit all font functions into the group, so they created a dialog box with a lot of extensions, and you can select the text and access to additional font functions. If you'd like to learn more about Microsoft Word, I recommend the training course on Udemy. Just navigate in your browser to howtoanalyzedata.net/Word to take advantage of discounted price. I make a small commission to support this channel if you choose to make the purchase. But don't buy anything unless you need it. Now let's continue and have more fun. We also have quick access toolbar in the upper left corner where you have the most frequent functions and more available. So by default it comes with save, undo, and redo, but you can check and add additional functions, maybe creating new documents if this is something you do frequently, or opening existing document. And as you add this, you see the new icon shows up, and for open would be another icon. Let's recap, and I'm going to also show you the best picture with the structure of Microsoft ribbon that I found online from Microsoft's website. We have a quick access toolbar in the upper left corner. We have tabs, home, insert, page layout. This is from a little bit older version of Microsoft Office, but I couldn't find the newest one, and this still works just fine. There's no application button anymore, but for the rest of it, it looks very similar. We also have groups, as you can see. Then there is in-ribbon gallery, which is just not a bunch of icons, but you can select from styles, and there is a dialog box launcher, which I showed. Just wanted to mention before I forgot that if you're interested to learn more about the subject, make sure to click the subscribe button. We have tons of things in the pipeline, and I'm excited to share all of them with you. Let's recap what we just learned, and it's also a good time to start using the application. So we did the introduction, an overview, and in this section we looked at launching Word, how you do it, how you can pin existing document, create new documents, how to use templates if you want to start with something that's already in place. You can either start with existing document or use a template. You can also use Microsoft Word Tour. You can also add things through ribbon interface and quick access toolbar. By typing everything that I just covered, it allowed me to introduce a lot of text in the documents. Let's look at the basic functions, how you can format the document. For example, introduction and overview might be titled here, right? So we'll just make it bold for now. We can also copy and paste the document. So for example, if you want to select the text and you can click copy button, we can hit enter a couple times and then click paste. Now let's do some basic formatting with the new text we just introduced. So for example, we can select the text and make it bold. Let's do italic for next row. Let's also do underline for the following row. And let's do striking through for the next one. Now let me show you some cool tips and tricks with Microsoft Word. My favorite button is undo. So every time you think you did something wrong, you just click undo button and see it removed the striking through formatting here, which is very cool. I can also do undo again, and you can see the list of everything that I did here, and you can undo to certain specific point where however far you would like to go with that. If you think you went too far, you can also do redo, and this will return back all the formatting that I just added. So I always use it to experiment, because you can always do undo for any feature in Microsoft Word. Another cool feature is copy and paste formatting. So what is this? Let's say that you have a formatting that you'd like, maybe it's striken through bold. Let's do it for the starting with Word Tour line that we have here, the sentence. So what we can do, we can multiply and replicate this formatting to other text in the document. The way we can do it is we select the text itself, we click Format Painter, and then we highlight and put it to the word, or we can put it to the whole row if this is what we would like to do. So what we need to do, we need to select, click Format Painter, and then highlight the text, and it replicates the format itself. And it could be multiple formatting attributes, could be italic, bold, could be background text, could be text color. Anything related to formatting would be replicated very quickly. Next, let's talk about styles. And with styles, you can add professionalism to your document. As you can see, this document doesn't look very professional. We have a lot of different formatting options. Typically, to make it look professional, you would like to use very similar formatting for different sections of the document. So let's see how styling will help us. I'm going to do undo, and I'm going to add topics that we covered as part of this section. And also going to add the text with the title of this tutorial. So just to recap, we have a title, Microsoft Word Tutorial, and then we have two sections, Introduction and Overview, and Editing. And items underneath of each section are sub-bullets for the sections. So let's change formatting. So let's change the formatting using styles. We have multiple styles available in Microsoft Word by default, and you can see that we have normal, heading 1 and heading 2. So the The best way for us to change the styles would be to assign Microsoft Word Tutorial heading 1. And this would be Introduction and Overview heading 2, and Editing would also be heading 2. The way we do it is we select the line and we say heading 1, and then heading 2, and then select Editing and say heading 2. To keep document looking professional, we can also assign bullets or numbers to the topics themselves. So the way to do it is we need to select the text, and we have multiple options here. We can select bullets, or we can select numbers, or we can do something else. For example, if we zoom in the document, what we can see if we select the text and we want to change the numbering formatting, there are different options available. As I scroll, it allows me to select different things. Same things would be available for bullets. So for example, for editing, let's change this text to bullets, and there are multiple different bullets options available. You can select different starting point for the bullet, or you can change the level of indentation and do a lot of other things. Now let me switch the gears and show you some other cool things. I talked how you can edit the text using the ribbon interface, but there are a lot of other ways. For example, you have in-place document formatting. You can select the text, and if you do right mouse clicks, you can access all the formatting functions right here in place in Windows. And you can also change the bold, italic, underline, and all these things that we've talked about. You can also change the access format painter. And you can also do copy and paste of the document, and there are different pasting options for what you're trying to accomplish, as well as some other most commonly used functions. With that, let's talk a little bit about font formatting. I just typed the text. This is the text with different formatting options. In order for me to change selective elements of this text, I just need to double click with my mouse and apply maybe bold formatting. I can do for this one, for example, italic. And for this one, I can just change the font size. We can also change the text color by selecting the text. And we can also do the background color. So now let's see what happens. I'm going to select this whole sentence, and I'm going to select and say copy. For example, if I added a couple lines and I select paste, and the first option copies the entire pasted text with all the formatting options. But now, look, this is one cool feature. You can select what type of pasting options you have. For example, I can paste it, merge formatting, or I can paste this picture, or I can keep text only, which is very interesting. A lot of times you copy and paste text from external sources into Microsoft Word, and what you would like to do, you would like to remove all this extra formatting, and then so it merges well with your formatting, and that's the option available through the paste. Now let's create a table in this document. To do that, we just need to say insert, and then there is a table feature, and we'll just do a 3-column table. And we also can add a title for this table. We'll call it Monthly Family Budget. And we'll use this table to track actuals versus planned budget values. Here you can add text or you can add numbers into the table. So I'm going to populate As I finish typing, this is how my table looks like. As you can see, I can add heading 1, maybe to family budget, monthly family budget title, if I'd like to emphasize this. I can also change the formatting for the text or for the numbers. I can also have empty rows here in the table. Let me show you a couple cool things of which you can do very quickly. You select the table and you see on the upper left side of the table there is this icon that you need to click, and what we have here, we have table tools with two tabs. These tabs were not available just for the regular Microsoft Word features, but they become available as soon as you select the entire table or parts of the table. So if we click on the Design tab here, we can change between different designs available. And Microsoft Word already provides a lot of different options for design. And we can also change layout options. For example, if I'd like to make my text centered, this is what I can do here. Or if I'd like to make it top aligned to the left, or top aligned to the center, I have all these options available, and a lot of other options available as well. You can select individual rows or individual columns. You just need to click outside of the table, and as soon as you see this arrow sign here, as I move my cursor, you just need to get closer and almost touch the table. And then you can apply formatting. Here you just need to go back to the Home tab and maybe apply this type of formatting, or maybe change the color of the font. You can do any of this formatting here. Or what I'd like to do sometimes, maybe add a heading, background for the heading. To do that, you select the heading for the table and then select the color. So whatever color you prefer, you should be able to do it. But again, all these options available through design, so if you're selecting certain format, you just need to select the whole table, and there are a lot of pre-built design options. Let's switch the gears and talk a little bit about things that we sometimes need to do when we're working with the document. For example, how would you zoom in or zoom out? There are multiple options how you can do it. I like this one. The bottom the bottom right corner, you can change the zooming level and zoom in or zoom out. You can find additional zooming options if you go to the View tab, and you can always zoom back into 100%, or you can zoom to specific zoom-in value that you would like to see, and you can look at the page width and a lot of different options available here. Since we're in the View tab, let me show you a couple cool features that I like. I like the ruler function. In Excel, it's not really a function, it's just a way of showing the ruler, and it allows you to see, let's say that you're working with the page, standard US letter page 8 by 11, and you will be able to change the margins here with the ruler, or you will be able to tab the text inside your document. Gridlines, if this is something that's important to you, you can turn them on or off here, and this is the effect it has. And the feature that I like is navigation pane. As soon as you add navigation pane, this is where styles come in very handy. Microsoft Word tutorial was style heading 1, and introduction overview heading 2, and editing was heading 2 as well, and monthly family budget heading 1. And this is how it looks, and what it allows you to do, if you have a multi-page document, you can quickly navigate back and forth just by using styles. And later we'll also look at the table of content and how styles make it possible for you to create a table of content for the document extremely quickly. Are you enjoying this episode? Make sure to subscribe so you're not missing the next one, and tell your friends about it so they will learn more skills in the area. Now let's continue and have more fun. There's also sometimes a need to view the document from a different angle. Word provides 3 main views: read mode, print layout, and web layout. For example, in read mode, if I switch to this, and you can switch in the upper left corner in the View tab, Word allows you to focus on reading of the document. So for example, you receive maybe a document that you're just planning to read and not edit. That's the good way to look at this. And also in the bottom right corner, same options are available as icons. Just wanted to point it out. Print layout is the default. This is where we're editing, and it allows you to see the pages themselves. So you can quickly zoom in and zoom out to see how document is going to look on the page. And Microsoft uses what's called WYSIWYG, which is what you see is what you get. and this allows you to preview the document, and it's going to be printed exactly as you see it in Microsoft Word. And then the third type of layout is called web layout. And in web layout, this is basically you can edit and save as HTML pages if you need to, and this allows you to preview how your document is going to look. Since we're looking how you can work with document more effectively, let's look at the very cool feature of Microsoft Word. Tell me what you want to do. This is the menu items, which sometimes is not very easily noticeable, but it's in the upper middle of the screen typically, and here you can type anything that you'd like to do with the document. For example, you can select this text, and let's say that you're trying to make it bold, and it allows you to find it by typing it, and you click on this option, it makes it bold. So you can pretty much type a lot of different stuff, and you can say insert table, right? For example, table of figures, authorities, table of contents, text box, a lot of different things Microsoft Word allows you to do, but you cannot insert table based on the selection, but you can, if you put cursor here and you type insert picture or add table, all these options become available. One of the most important things that you need to do with the document is save it, so you don't lose the copy of the document and the work that you've created. Multiple options to do it. One is in the quick access bar. You can click save. I'm going to go back and show you other options. Also, you can click on the File tab and click Save or Save As. The difference is that Save As allows you to rename the document and save it with the different name. So let me save it because my document is still not renamed. I'm just going to click Browse, but before I do that, I'm going to show you some options available. Microsoft has the storage called OneDrive, which comes with some free access up to a certain limit. You can save there. You just need to have an account, and like I mentioned, it's free. You can also save to this PC. I'm going to click Browse, and in Windows you have multiple structures. Typically it's the documents. This is where you would want to save it. So we're just going to click the documents, and I'm just going to say Microsoft Word tutorial. I like to add version, so this would be version 1, especially if you know that you have multiple versions. And here the title shows in the top, in the middle top of the screen, and it shows that it's saved. Let me show you another cool feature. I love it a lot, and this is Autosave. This is basically allows you to autosave the document during the periodic intervals, time intervals, and you can define what those intervals are. To get to the autosave options, you click File, Options, and then you click on the Save, and this dialog box comes up, and it shows this tab that Save Auto Recover Information every 10 minutes, which basically, even if computer crashes, it allows you to recover, and you only lose up to 10 minutes of information. I love to change it to 1 minute, so I don't want to lose any information, but you might be different. It's just good to have this option in mind. And the final feature I'd like to show you in the working with the document section, which is I use very frequently. If you want to email the document, but not as a Word file, but maybe as a PDF or some other options, you just go to File, Share, and then you have two options here, Word or PDF. You can email to both. I did not sign in here, but it should still work. So it will create an email message in Outlook, and it will attach the file. And you can also send it as PDF, so File, Share, and here I'll just pick PDF option. Word automatically saves the document as PDF, and if you click on it and you don't believe me, this is the cool feature. It looks in the Edge browser. It presents the PDF files. By default, it opens PDF files in Edge browser, and this is how our document looks in PDF. Have you enjoyed this episode? Make sure to subscribe so you will not miss the next one, and tell your friends about it. You can find links and downloads in the description section of this video. There are a lot of helpful links and a lot of other helpful information you will benefit from.
Make sure to check out my other relevant videos and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We have a lot of great stuff planned in the pipeline, and I don't want you to miss any of it. And if you'd like to get notified about all the new stuff that are coming out, make sure to subscribe to my email list as well. All links are here on the screen. Make sure to click to stay in touch. Thanks again for watching.